Hey everybody, I'm Elena S. Flair.
And I'm Sandra Cohn.
And we are going to talk about today something that we literally see and hear in the business community of photography every single day. In fact, we were just part of a conversation that was going on and on and on just about this yesterday, and that is underpriced competition. It is a common misconception that the reason that somebody's, whether it's you who thinks this or a peer, that your business isn't thriving because of somebody's underpriced, because of somebody who's pricing themselves lower than you. So the way to think about it is that I'm going to give you an example that's outside of the photography industry that's going to kind of give it kind of a little bit more concrete example. So somebody who is going to pay $1,000 for a pair of shoes would never buy $25 shoes at Target. Okay, there's obviously an exception to this, right? But that's generally speaking, those are two different people all together. So I'm using numbers that are abstract. It doesn't matter if you're charging $400 and your underpriced competition is charging $50, or if you're charging $2,000 and your underpriced competition is charging $800. These are different people. It's not about what you're charging, it's about what you're offering.
Absolutely. And, really what your competition is doing has nothing to do with your business. It doesn't affect your business at all. And
we're competition.
We're competition. We're friends. And we live in the same neighborhood. It doesn't, you guys, it just doesn't matter. And I know this is something that I feel like we talk about over and over and over again because it is so important. I think it's easy when you are struggling and you're like, why aren't I booking? Why aren't I getting these clients? It's easy to look at what other people are doing and say, oh, well, it's because they're only charging $50 or they're only charging $100 and it's stealing clients away from me. And what Elena said is 100% true. They are not stealing people away from you. The people who are looking for a $50 photographer, those are not your people. What really is happening if you're not booking, it's more, I always say that if you're having trouble booking or you're having trouble converting interest into sales, it's a communication issue. It's not a pricing issue. It's you're not communicating something. You're missing them. You're not speaking directly to your ideal client in some way. And that's what the real problem is. And we could do a whole nother episode just on how to find your ideal client. But yeah, right?
Yes, and of course, yes, that is such a big part of marketing. But underpriced competition, you just have to know that it doesn't matter. That's not part of if you're having problems booking clients, it is not because somebody's charging less. It is not because the industry is saturated. Trust me, you guys, there is enough business for every single one of us. We're all offering something unique. It is not about somebody being underpriced. So don't diss on the low end of the totem pole people who are still building their prices. It doesn't matter. We all started that way, by the way. We all started underpriced.
I charged $100.
My very first session, I made $50, and I was like, I couldn't believe that I was getting paid to take pictures. So it was a big win for me. I didn't care. Trust me, the family that paid me $50 was a friend of a friend that would never pay for pictures at all, probably. So I was not taking a more successful, higher priced photographer's client. I wasn't, and there you go. See, we were underpriced competition at one point as well, and it didn't matter. So actually, at that time, you were probably making a lot of money because I'm a little bit behind. I'm 8 years behind on her. She was probably blaming me. I was the underpriced competition,
and I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. But let's just talk about being the underpriced competition for a second, because you know what, we do all such journey somewhere.
Yes,
and it's okay,
of course.
And eventually, you figure it out. If you're going to stay in business. Oh, here comes a siren. You're going to hear it in the video. We're at my studio.
We're actually working
right on the city.
We live right in the city.
Right in the storefront. Yeah. But if you are the underpriced competition, say you are charging, like I was charging $100 and I was shooting film. This is back in 1999.
So you were making about 9 cents.
So I was making like $0. But you realize right away, like, that's not sustainable. And so if you're that person, then you realize, like, okay, I need to change something, or you've got a business. So don't worry about it, you guys. And let it go.
Let it go. Don't focus on somebody else's business. That's what you're doing when you're blaming the underpriced competition. You're focusing on somebody else's business rather than looking inward at your business to see what you can be doing to bring in clients that will pay whatever it is you want to charge. I actually really believe that most people, once you get your skills up, can charge whatever they want.
I agree.
As long as you have a really great business model.
And your communication's clear, and you're clear in your messaging and your marketing.
So just the end of the moral of the story today is underpriced competition is not a problem. It is not why your
They're not
business
your
isn't working.
competition.
And so, have an abundance mindset. There is plenty of business for everybody. And we have friends. We will admit, yes, we live in Seattle, which is a high population, highly educated,
it's a
wealthy city. We get that. However, we have friends. However, we have friends that live all over the country, Midwest, East Coast, South. We're just very active in the photography community, and we have friends who are thriving in all different kinds of economies and businesses. And they may not need to charge what we're charging for their cost of living isn't as high as ours is. So you got to think about that too. You can't compare. We'll talk about pricing another time because pricing can't be emotional or comparison. It's got to be on what you actually need to make. Mm-hmm. So we'll stop there as we can go on and on.
Well, yeah, this is a rabbit hole.
Your underpriced competition is not why your business is not working.
Yeah, so just let it go. So I would even say, like, if I could make a recommendation, is if you're getting caught up in this trap, if you're looking at what all the other photographers are doing and comparing yourself and feeling like it's hurting your business, just stop looking. Yeah. Just stop looking at the other people. Just concentrate on you and what you do, and do that for like a year. And then see where you are. It'll make a huge difference.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right, you guys.
Okay. So just remember that, right? When you start blaming someone else, don't stop looking at their business. And why do you know their prices anyway, by the way? Why do you know their prices anyway? Like, I don't know what people are charging. I actually don't even know what you charge.
Really?
Do I know what you charge?
I mean, I think you do.
Oh,
it's on my website.
I sort of do. But I don't look because I don't care, because what the other people are charging, look at your own business, look at your own marketing, and perfect that first instead of complaining about your underpriced competition. Because guess what? We all start somewhere.
Yeah.
They're going to be up priced what you're priced eventually anyway, probably.
Or they're not going to make it. So it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.